down. Come on, can you not fucking sneeze on my leg? That'd be great. Ugh, Fungal. Love you, but I would love you better if you didn't fucking sneeze on me. Come on, fucking learn how to spell. A very good e pluribus unum to you, my good fellow. Ultra. Cheerio. I hope you're having a superb and sunny day, Mr. Frank. Coffee. Hold on, I gotta answer a question because somebody doesn't know what time it is. That it's time for the Twitch. I am not working. Kid graduates high school today. Graduates high school? That's insane. Your kid's graduating high school, right? I mean, not that, like, I am saying, hey, your kids, I mean, your kids are animals. I'm not saying, hey, they can't graduate high school. It's just they're aged out of high school. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure your kids are very, very intelligent. Just crazy that kids do that stuff. Ugh. Two down, one to go. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully she has some big plans. Big plans in her future. Hopefully she works at White Castle for the summer, or you get her father a discount. That would be, show the daughter showing her dad how much she loves him. You know what I'm saying? All right. Do they know it's streaming time at all? Isn't that the that song that Bob Geldof wrote? Feed the World. Do they know it's streaming time at all? Feed the World. Or is that a different? I'm thinking of a different song. I know. I don't know where the heck everybody is. Tom was feeling better yesterday, and he went and got his hair cut last night. And he knew I had to go get the car oil changed, so it wasn't like he was going to have to write this morning or anything. I don't know where everybody else is. So are you throwing, or is your wife throwing a huge party, graduation party? In a few weeks is the party. Nice. Sneeze. Because everyone wants, yeah. That's probably a good idea. When Caitlin graduated, we went out to dinner that night, but then didn't see her for like 3 days. Yeah, Triple Menza. Those are the guys that played in Dave Mustaine's Megadeth, right? I know those guys. I don't even want to write. But I have to. Shit's got to get done. It's not going to write itself. I mean, technically, if I used AI, it would write itself. But you know what I'm saying. Let's not ever do that. Next page, Frank, and you actually got it right. I mean, good job. I mean, next page, Frank. Next page, Mr. Frank. We did have 2 people at one point sneaking in, but I guess it's just me and you, Frank. Just me and you. Just fine, because I just want to finish this page and go back to fucking sleep. This morning I went and had to get the oil change. I've been dragging my feet for about a week and a half on it. I left the house yesterday. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go get the oil changed. I got to go run to the library. I get up to the past the oil place. There's a million fucking cars in the parking lot. I go and get my book from the library. Come back that way. Still a million cars. So I said to my wife, can you make an appointment? Can you make an appointment? But here's the thing. Can you make an appointment for tomorrow, which is today, but it's got to be 9 a.m. in the morning or 3 p.m. in the afternoon because I have Twitch. It can't be Thursday because Thursday I got shit to do. Can't be Friday. Friday got shit to do, and then Saturday you never go on a Saturday because everybody goes on a Saturday. 9 o'clock this morning. Boom. I'm in. So I get up, go over. Apparently the one guy who's of Puerto Rican descent, because he just went to Puerto Rico last week on vacation. He took a week's vacation, comes back and says, yeah, so I'm putting in my 2 weeks notice now that I've taken all my vacation days because I'm joining the Merchant Marines. I'm like, I didn't even know that was really a thing. Like, why not join the Foreign Legion? So he's basically been working slower than shit all week. So they can hire somebody. So it took me over an hour to get the oil changed. There's that piece that was underneath that was hanging. And then one of the tires was low. That was literally all he had to do. It took an hour and 20 minutes. Finally get out of there. Luckily the McDonald's is like 4 minutes down the road. Get in line. Yeah, I get in line, right? And I'm like, if it's 10:25. So you can't say you're out of breakfast stuff. You know, I would have been really mad. They didn't say that. Boom, go through the line. Do you want to use your mobile app? No, I don't have a mobile app. What am I? A kid? What am I? Somebody who understands that? So I say, big breakfast with hotcakes. And for my drink, orange juice. Because I'm really not a huge fan of their coffee, and I knew I was going home with it. So I pull up to the drive-thru, the first one, it says, there's this little black girl. A little African-American girl, whatever. And she says to me, oh my God, I love your beard. You look just like that guy. And I say, what do I say? First name that pops in my head, I go, oh, Wiz Khalifa? And she was so confused, and she's like, no, the guy from Duck Dynasty. I said, oh yeah, people say I either look like Wiz Khalifa or Duck Dynasty, the guy from Duck Dynasty. And she's like, I don't think anybody's ever said that. You look like Wiz Khalifa. I said, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know what Wiz Khalifa looks like. My son listened to Wiz Khalifa. I just, for some reason, that name stuck in my head. And then she kind of half chuckled. Then I got home, sat right here, ate my hotcakes and sausage. This time, which they normally don't do, they give you 2 little packs of butter, they give you your syrup, they give you your fork and knife, they give you some napkins, they give you, I think that's it. But they also gave me strawberry preserved jelly packet and a grape jelly packet, which I'd never gotten before. I always took the biscuit and I just dunked it in the syrup. Like what I do is I eat the scrambled eggs. I eat those first, because then everything else can get syrup on it. But this time I ate the eggs, then I put in some grape jelly and I ate the biscuit. Then of course you take the hash brown and you dip it into the syrup as well. So I've been burping that up like crazy. Pooping like crazy today. Then I laid down and took a nap. And I barely got up in time for this. I love how you walk into a Mickey D's now and it's just one register, and if you try to use it, the cashier browbeats you about it if they really need to do the transaction the old-fashioned way. I just do drive-through. I hate going into most fast food places. I get really annoyed when I go into like a Wendy's or some of the McDonald's, and you got to use they have like the robot sitting in the corner. Like they don't even have anybody ringing a register anymore. You got to punch in your own friggin' order and then go pick it up. That's annoying. When we went to that cheesesteak place, they had that. And I'm like, seriously, there's nobody working the counter now? They just basically bring out your food? Like, this is just a mom and pop place. Like, so this is how we're doing this. We're going to do this that literally you're not going to be able to talk to anybody. You're going to have to just do everything on a screen. Tries me batty. Like, pretty soon we're going to drive up to a drive-thru, and then the menu thing is going to come out, and then you're going to just tap on it, and then they're going to say put your card in, and you're going to put your card in, and then boom, and then you're just going to drive around, and then somebody's just going to hand it to you at window 2. Like, this is what we're getting at. And God forbid you use cash in a drive-thru. These people have no idea how to count change. You're like, oh, my order is $19.51. I'm going to give you 20 and a penny. What? They don't know what the hell's going on. But if any of that changes, I won't know, because this is like one of like maybe once a month that I actually leave the house and I have to get food on my own. Normally my wife will bring it on her way home. So, or we just order, just friggin' DoorDash everything. We learned that DoorDash and the other thing for Walmart delivery during COVID, like, you know what? It costs like extra couple bucks. I don't have to leave the house. I'm in. I can order a pub sub, get some other stuff. No, you're going to pull up, roll down the windows, and AI will perfectly predict your order and execute it without you saying word. You know what? That right. And I'd be like, oh, apparently AI realized that today I don't want a big breakfast with hotcakes. I wanted the breakfast burrito meal. Oh, and I got an apple juice instead of an orange juice or their coffee. Thank you, AI McDonald's. I appreciate that. Eventually I'll just be sitting home and I'll just hit my McDonald's drone app and it'll go, breakfast, normal order? Yes. And then a drone will appear. The problem with the drone, McDonald's drones, is if they get anywhere near the triangle, it's going to throw them off. The tech won't work. And then the mesa will just block. It'll be interference. And we still don't know what's under the mesa after 5 seasons. So, who knows if you're getting your food. Now, we are just kicking it today. Frank, and nobody's here to listen to any of this great, great talk. Just like we're wasting it. Hopefully people will watch this after the fact. I'm up to where they find a secret cave entrance in the side of the mesa. There are, just like Oak Island, there are certain things on this show that they will find, or ideas that they will have, and then they will never ever go back to them. Okay, we can get inside the mesa on through this tunnel, but then we're not going to talk about it for the next 2 seasons. The problem also is, from watching Oak Island, Skinwalker Ranch, and Blind Frog Ranch, all 3 of those, and beyond Skinwalker Ranch, all 4 of those shows now, I get some of the ideas confused. I'm like, oh no, wait, isn't there a tunnel? There's this. Oh no, wait, that's the that's the Blind Frog Ranch. I think they can do that. Dropping mega smoke bombs in holes and acting all surprised when the whole side of the mesa is covered with blue smoke. Yeah. They did the same thing on Blind Frog Ranch. I don't know if you also watched that, but they threw they dyed the water blue, trying to figure out where it came out. And I just watched yesterday I watched this week's episode of Skinwalker Ranch, where they do they do smoke because of the dome. It's not it's a dome. It's above ground and underground. Oh, spoiler alert. And UAPs everywhere. All the equipment going nuts. 1.2 megahertz, 1.6 megahertz. Dragon, oh wait, where's Dragon? What the hell happened to Dragon? The crazy thing is, Travis Taylor is like a no-joke scientist, so it's odd to see him being a pickle. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I look, when I first started watching, I look it up, and I'm like, oh, this is a legit, like, this dude's legit. He's written papers. He's given, like, huge talks at, like, NASA. He was on the board of something or other. I'm like, he must be getting a lot of money from the History Channel for doing this. Because it doesn't really make any sense. Now, Eric, who knows with that guy? And I've been watching and come to really love Tires on Netflix. Is that Shane something or other guy? I've seen the commercials for it. I think Shelly watched a few episodes of that, and I think I've seen a clip or two. I think he's kind of funny. He's got some funny stuff going on. I've seen him with Bobby Lee and Andrew Santini and Burt Kreischer and Tom Segura. I like all those guys. Theo Vaughn. I've seen him interviewed sitting with Theo Vaughn. Yeah, I want to check that one out. It's one of those. She started it, so I don't know. Shane Gillis. Yep. I don't know if she liked it enough to keep watching. And I keep forgetting to ask her. I'm like, hey, did you like this? Because I'll catch up. You only watched a couple episodes. And then we can watch the rest of it. She's watched, like, she always finds a show at night. When I go to bed at like 11:30. And then she's up for another couple of hours. So she always tries to find a comedy or something to watch. Instead of watching people getting murdered on Investigation Discovery. Like, if you dig his comedy, you'll dig the show. Yeah, I dig his comedy. And she's been watching My Name is Earl, which is only like 4 seasons, which was weird. You know? Like, I thought My Name is Earl went for like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years. Apparently it did not. But she's been watching a couple of episodes of that every night. It's a half an hour. It's got a crab man on it. I never saw many episodes of it, which is weird because his brother in it was in a couple of the View Askew movies. In fact, he was in the movie with my brother and my father. The Bad Place, I think was the name of that. I don't know. I actually never saw the movie. I only saw the clips of my dad getting killed in the beginning and then my brother playing a drug dealer. So my brother was friendly with him. So when that show was out, my brother's like, oh, you gotta, Ethan, I think his name is. Oh, you gotta watch Ethan, blah, blah, blah. I have no idea. I'm gonna tell you who I used to love watching all of his shows before he, Louis C.K., before he canceled himself there. I used to like Louis. I used to like those shows. I used to like his comedy specials. Although they're really creepy now, some of the parts when you watch and you realize he was actually doing that. I tried so many times to get in trouble, never grabbed me. Again, I've seen a few episodes, and I thought it was good. I just you lobed him. That might be part of the problem. Yeah, Louis was great. You lobed and loved it. You really, really dug that show. Yeah, that was a great show. Which is a shame that all that crap happened because. I mean, I think at some point he would have been canceled anyway for some of his stuff. But you know what I'm saying. Did you ever see the series Dice did? That was basically a knockoff of Louis, but was still great. Yes. Not Dice when he was Andrew Clay. Remember when he tried to go legit for like a season on network television? I never saw that, but yeah, I did see the Dice one. What is this now? Come on. Come on, answer. Amanda Ward. Send me a message. I'm like, nobody but Frank is on Twitch right now. Hopefully she'll go, oh, I'll jump on. But she'll probably say, oh, I have my daughter. Oh, she's babysitting 3 kids. And her daughter. So, yeah, she's not... The Andrew Clay series was actually decent too, but nobody cared about Andrew. Yeah, that was the problem. They wanted... half the audience wanted the old Andrew Dice Clay. You know, hey, hickory dickory dock. The other half hated him regardless of what he did. He could have done freaking Shakespeare in the Park, and they would have been like, this guy sucks. I see him on all these shows too, Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan he's on, and I see him on those, and he just... There are, some of the things he says now are still funny, but he seems really mad that he doesn't have a career anymore. He got, passed by. Like, you just tell he's the old man in the corner, doesn't understand what the kids are doing today. Yeah, they wanted to hate Dice, exactly. Just like they always wanted to hate Howard Stern. Pauly Shore has been around. Have you seen Pauly Shore on interviews lately? And that's kind of crazy, too. Of course, all he talks about is his mom. And he talks about, Encino Man. His TikTok is awesome. I've never seen his TikTok. I really haven't been on TikTok except for to post my coffee video in the morning. That's literally it. I've given up. I think, yeah, he's kind of rising up and taking on his mother's role. Yeah. Yeah, he's been running the comedy club. Improv? I know he's been doing a lot of that. Chilling with the weasel, buddy. I was never, ever, ever a fan of him. Did not find him all that amusing. Dice basically wanders the streets of Manhattan, walking up to people who obviously don't know him and asking if they're there to take the picture with the international face of fame. I'll shoot you a link. All right. Yeah, send me a link on my phone. They call that a phone link. Is he like that other guy who walks around? There's two guys. There's one guy who walks around yelling at people. Can't think of what his name is. I don't know if he's around anymore. And then there's that other guy, that British guy who walks around in his purple robe and points at people, and he was like, "You have the posture of a 20-year-old man," or something. He says things like that. I watched yesterday. I watched literally like I had baseball on, but I always turn the. I always Shelly laughs. I'm like, she's like, you always watch the game muted. I'm like, I don't like the announcers. Doesn't matter what the game is. I don't want to hear about anything they have to say, so I always mute it. And then yeah, how about the Panthers? Next year, three-peat. But I watched, the hell's his name? Dave Portnoy? Is that his name from Barstool? The pizza guy? He goes to all the different pizza places. Yeah, Narstool. Yeah, Narnia stool. Narwhal. Yeah, the Narwhal guy. Narwhal Portnoy. And I watched like literally I don't know, 50 of his videos yesterday in a row. 7. Yep, 7. One bite, you know the rules. Then he takes like 7 bites. Yeah. One bite, you know the rules. Bite, crust. There's like no flop on this. Like in several videos, there's somebody just driving by on the street and they're like, "Portnoy, you fucking loser." That's funny. The one does that. He's like, "Yeah, there's my mom." I thought that was funny. I'm trying to see if trying to figure out if there's a list. I started looking it up and then I got bored. If there's a list of all the places he's been to, because I want to see if there's places. I want to see if there's places in Jersey that I had been to growing up that are still around, or places I had been to whenever we go up there, and especially down here in Jacksonville and stuff. Did you see the one guy he got into a yelling match? He's gotten into a yelling match with a couple of people. My favorite is the one where he's like, "Don't come to this place." This guy does not want a crowd. He does not want people. He makes each pizza individually. He does not want people coming here and buying his pizza, because then there's going to be like a 4-hour line. And then people are going to give him bad reviews. He has nothing but good reviews. It's a neighborhood place. Leave him alone. He's been at tons in Jersey. Yeah, I've seen a lot of them. I think he's a Philly guy. I think he's from Philly originally, right? I've seen a lot of New York, New Jersey, Philly, some Connecticut. He always raps on shore pizza. And I've seen he's in Florida. I've seen the one is at the and I know where it is too. It's not maybe an hour from here, but I mean I think he gave him like an 8.2, and if it's an 8 or over, it's worth an hour drive. The guy who makes pizzas in the gas station, and he makes his own water in his house, and he brings the water with him every day. And I watched that last night, and I had some pierogies for dinner with peach salsa, which is delicious. I'm out of salsa now. And but the whole time I'm watching, I'm like, I really want a pizza. And I have another Elio. I had another Elio's pizza. If I hadn't started making pierogies in the air fryer, I'm sure Polish people get very upset when they hear I'm making pierogies in an air fryer and then I am dipping them in peach salsa. that can't be authentic from the old country. I think even when the Nazis conquered Poland, they didn't bring that kind of specificity into it. You know what I'm saying? You see my Nazi treasure book is out? They changed the title of it, which is I'm fine with. I saw someone pitch a frozen pierogi company on Shark Tank. Really? I don't like Shark Tank. I don't like my dad used to love that show. Nacho Treasure. Yes, that's what they named it. They instead of going to the Owl Mountains in Poland, they were looking for Aztec gold. All right, I got several few lines. I'm down. I got to go down to there. All right, here we go. Here we go. UPS just literally stopped across the street. My wife is expecting another. This might not be for us. He's got a small box. Expecting another air unit for her job. Oh no, maybe he's going to the back. All right, yeah, I'm gonna guess. He's gonna grab it and he's gonna bring it. Bring it. Yep. Here's the other air unit. Some guy says Furloin and then melts. Fräulein. What he says. Right. Yeah, I did not do any of that. Frauloon. Oh, this guy is fucking struggling with this. This unit weighs, I don't know, about 1,008 pounds. Mind-looking hosen. Right. Thank you. Well, the dog isn't home because you rang the doorbell. Yeah, for sure, from Sweden. Hold on. I gotta let my wife know. That means tonight, when my wife gets home from work, we would drive over to her work with this new air conditioning unit to set it up next to the other air conditioning unit that came a couple weeks ago. Because it was 91, feels like 101 today. Even when it rains, it's still not going to be great. So, the place that they're renting from, the office, they have they have agreed to fix the air conditioning unit, but it will take 2 or 3 weeks. So in the meantime, it's like 80, 85 degrees in her office, which is not fun. So she bought this second unit that we will go in and set up today. Yeah, today. We'll go in tonight, and then she'll buy me some dinner. Alright, I just got to get to this next page, and then I'm done. People were missing a ton of great copy today that we're talking. The commercial real estate company is leasing commercial real estate. So they are... they're not a real estate company. They are property management is one point, and on the other side they buy and sell commercial businesses, warehouses, and whatnot. No residential, nothing like that. But so they're not renting anything. They're not, they're real estate as in they just buy and sell stuff. And then 5 years down the line, it's worth more. They fix it up. They put it out there and resell it make a profit for their investors. Lots of investors all over the world. But because she has no more properties in Jacksonville, they've sold everything in Jacksonville. And because of the economy, they're not going to buy anything in Jacksonville for a long time. They had to actually rent office space from somebody else for the first time for her office. You say potato. Chuck says true Southerner. Chuck is definitely drunk. So yeah, so they do that, and she had properties in Ohio, I think, that they were supposed to sell. They did not sell. So now, at some point, she's got to go to Ohio to see these properties. And then they just picked up Minnesota, and somewhere else. Yeah, you never saw in Ohio. I don't know why they're even buying in Ohio. Like once a quarter, she's got to fly out to Ohio now, I guess. And then, of course, she's got 5 million square feet of office space in Atlanta. And I think they're adding more to Atlanta. To her portfolio. There's a thing she talks about, and it's called a Rickroll. And whenever she says, I hear her on the phone, she's like talking to somebody, she's like, yeah, no, pull the Rickroll. I always think of two things. Okay? And the first one I always think is she's talking like Scooby-Doo. Rickroll. And then, Rick Astley. Hold on. My wife just said, "Did you see Anne Burrell died?" I'm like, "I messaged you last night. She did." I hated that lady. Rest in peace. Yeah, never gonna give you up. Excuse me. Goodness. Good night, nurse. Does Lucas Miller send you 59 videos on TikTok all the time? I told him to stop. I didn't realize he was also doing that to you. Yeah, he was sending me videos, and I was like, hey, I just sent him a message on Facebook. And I said, hey, man, I don't go on TikTok anymore. And you keep sending me videos, and I keep getting things that I'm getting. I got something on TikTok, and then I got to go into TikTok, and it's just you sending me a video. I'm not going to watch any of these. I appreciate it. I'm sure some of them are funny, but I got like a dozen of them that I will never watch. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I hardly go on it either. But then every now and then, like maybe once a week, he still sends me one. Glad it's not just me. I guess there's no Nick again. I'm on the next friggin' page here. I did it. Got to the next page. Filled it. Filled it up. So now we're time to do chapter 46. Four to go. For 6, for 7, for 8, for 9, 55 to go. I mean, I got 47 for. I got 2 to go. I have 2 more to go, and he has 3 more to go. Nice. Well, thanks for hanging out with me this whole time. Appreciate it. I imagine he hasn't been, since he hasn't been sleeping, I imagine he's sleeping now. 6 epilogues, at least 6 epilogues, minimum. All right, Frank, I'm out of here. Thanks for hanging out. I will not be on tomorrow, but I will be here on Friday. I hope you can say the same. Until next time.